Hello and welcome to part 3 of the Thursday August Lives, explaining what phonics is all about. As mentioned in the previous week's lives, I will be focusing on phase 1 and 2 of phonics, which are usually covered in preschool, nursery and the autumn term in reception. My name is Zara and I'm an experienced early years and Key Stage 1 teacher and founder of Little Learners Education. Little Learners Education helps parents to give their toddler or preschooler an excellent foundation in phonics, maths and literacy without the need to sit still by teaching fun techniques through play-based interactive classes so they gain the skills for a successful head start to school and a passion for learning even if they haven't shown an interest in numbers, shapes and letters before. Today I will deliver this session in 3 sections. Firstly, to give a quick recap on what phonics is and what this means. Secondly, today I will explain in detail how a further 3 of the 7 aspects of Phase 1 phonics, termed Aspect 4, Rhythm and Rhyme, Aspect 5, Alliteration, and Aspect 6, Voice Sounds, are taught within schools. And thirdly, to provide practical ideas to support the development of these Phase 1 aspects, rhythm and rhyme, alliteration and voice sounds in fun, manageable and engaging ways within your home. As mentioned in the previous week's lives, children develop their phonic knowledge through auditory, visual and kinesthetic learning. So I will continue to make this session interactive. So if you'd like to rewatch the activities with your child, it will encourage participation and a chance to experience the phonics activities together. If you have any questions related to phonics, please feel free to type them in the comment section below. If I'm unable to answer them at the end of this live, I will certainly answer them in next Thursday's live. So a quick recap on what phonics is all about. Phonics is a way of teaching children how to read and write. It helps children hear, identify and use letter sounds that distinguish one word from another. Phonics involves matching the sounds of spoken English with individual letters or groups of letters. There are 3 main steps in phonetic development as shown in this slide. Over the 4 Thursdays in August, I will continue to go through each of these steps in turn when talking about how phonics is taught. Children need to be experienced with a variety of sounds around them to get them ready for learning letter sounds. They need to develop the step 1s and 2s. The Department for Education Systematics Phonics Programme, called Letters and Sounds, divides the 3 steps into 6 phases. Phase 1 is the beginning of the systematic learning of phonics and takes place predominantly in nursery or preschool. There are 7 aspects which are focused on in Phase 1, so all of these skills need to be experienced and built upon to support reading and writing. Today I will be going through rhythm and rhyme, alliteration and voice sounds, providing practical ideas to support the development of these aspects and explaining how the skills developed through these activities support reading and writing. Rhythm and rhyme is the 4th aspect. During this aspect, your child is developing an appreciation of rhythm and rhyme in speech, creating an awareness and knowledge of rhyme, talking about words that rhyme and producing a rhyming string. This aspect encourages singing and rhyming activities in the daily routine and repeating extracts incidentally as events occur. A good example for the weather we have been experiencing is rain, rain, go away, come again another day, or it's raining, it's pouring. These rhymes develop the awareness of rhythm and rhyme in speech. Singing and then marching, stamping, patting, clapping, swaying and rocking in time to the music stimulates the brain and helps children to tune into the beats. Feeling the beat in music has shown to positively impact learning. Rhymes such as hickory dickory dock and row, row, row your boat encourage talking about words that rhyme and support producing rhyming words. Another fun activity to support producing of rhyming words is inventing a new rhyming song or changing words in existing nursery rhymes. Have fun during bath time or when getting ready for bed, whilst cooking tea or even in the car, creating a unique rhyme such as Hickory dickory bear, the bear ran down the chair. Clapping along to establish the rhythm or creating your own actions for your new rhyme. Benefits of this activity include articulating words, practicing pitch and volume, new language experiences, promoting listening skills and attention to sound, and memory recall. To further increase awareness of words that rhyme are games such as Rhyming Soup and Odd One Out. So, Rhyming Soup is simply played like this. You have a bowl and a spoon and 3 items that rhyme. So the first thing that we do is we name the items. So we've got a dog, a log, and a frog. And then it is time to sing the Rhyming Soup song. I'm going to make it in my box and make a loud whoop, whoop, whoop. In goes the dog, in goes the log, in goes the frog. Now take your bowl for a jog. Okay, and then the next game was Odd One Out. So with Odd One Out, you line up 4 items, 3 that rhyme, the 1 that doesn't, and you find the odd one out. So we've got a dog, a frog, a cat, and a log. Which one is the odd one out? Rhythm in the melody of songs matches the syllables in words. Clapping out the rhythm and therefore the syllables in words supports the ability to spell. This is because the clapping of syllables chunks words into smaller sound segments. For example, Humpty Dumpty breaks up into Humpty Dumpty. Rhyme is the key in developing spelling and reading skills, as through this knowledge your child will learn that the word rat can be changed into the words cat, bat, hat, just by changing the initial sound in the words. Rhyming helps children to learn that words belong to a family, families that are spelt with the same letter endings. For example, og in the words dog, log, frog supports children to recall the spelling and to remember chunks of sounds so that every letter in the word does not need to be sounded out when they're reading and spelling. Alliteration is a listening skill in being able to hear the beginning letter sounds of words. This aspect encourages children to listen to the initial sounds within words and to think of other words beginning with the same sound. Ultimately, children need to be able to isolate the initial phoneme from the rest of the word. For example, being able to say that nose begins with the letter sound n before progressing on to reading and spelling. In order to do this, children need to have a wealth of experience of hearing words that begin with the same sound. Practicing familiar tongue twisters and also inventing new ones is a great fun way to do this. Examples of these are nursery rhymes such as Sing a Song of Sixpence and tongue twisters such as Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where's the peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked? Another great way to support alliterations are games such as Sound Bag. For this, place some toys or objects in a bag that start with the same initial sounds and pull one out, one at a time, emphasizing the sound of the name of the toy or object. For example, spoon, star, sun. Then progress on to finding things around the home that begin with 3 different initial sounds, such as clock, cup, carrot, cap. Things beginning with star, sock, spoon, sun, and things beginning with pencil, pen, paper. Muddle them all up and then sort them back into the sound spots. So all the things beginning with can be placed into a container like this, All the things beginning with S can go into a bowl. All the things beginning with P, sort them all out and place them into a bag. Another game is a simpler version of I Spy, which uses letter sounds rather than letter names. So on my table, I have 3 things. I spy with my little eye something beginning with K. Is it the D, dog, or the K, cat, or the F, frog? Voice sounds. Voice sounds encourages children to create different mouth movements and say a range of sounds. This aspect promotes audible development and listening skills, as practicing voice sounds supports children with speech and language, hearing, and pronunciation. When children repeat various sounds such as oo, ee, or, ah, many times they are actually practicing different mouth movements and strengthening important mouth muscles. Through this aspect, children are exploring and developing their vocal sounds, creating and strengthening mouth movements, saying a range of speech sounds, and practicing the noises they can make. So, everyday activities which encourage voice sounds are, as you watch your child on the slide or swing, encourage them to join in vocalizing wee or whoosh. During bath time, replicate water noises with sounds such as drip, drip, splish, splash, splosh. Or when experiencing new textures, introduce descriptive words such as smooth, frothy, crunchy. Fun games which exercise different mouth muscles are blowing a small bowl of paper with a straw into a goal, or blowing bubbles, or seeing how long you can make a sound in one breath, such as brrr. The mirror game is a fun game we play at Little Learners Education, where the child sees mouth movements in a mirror and together we make different sounds. Here is a short video clip of 3 little learners in action. Songs and rhymes help with distinguishing between differences in vocal sounds, encourage mouth movements, changes in voice, and exaggerated facial expressions. This is a song from the Little Learners Education class which supports this aspect. It's called Can You All Copy Me?
Morning.
Can you all copy me, copy me, copy me? Can you all copy me and tick like a clock? Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Voice stories encourage conversation about the different sounds we can make with our voices. Stories with sound effects are a wonderful way to develop phonological awareness. For example, stories such as We're Going on a Bear Hunt, Peace at Last, and Walking Through the Jungle. Enjoying books together motivates children to value reading, and they gain many skills from sharing books, such as building language and vocabulary. It merges the benefits of listening, singing, storytelling, and promotes the value of reading. So how do these 3 aspects help reading and writing? Speaking uses and develops 8 areas of the mouth, tongue, and throat. So exploring mouth movements through aspect 6 voice sounds, making sounds and noises helps with articulation of letters. Vowels and some other letters exercise the back of the throat. A, I, O, E, K, G, K, K. X exercises the back of the throat and tongue and roof of mouth. S, t, exercises the tongue and the roof of the mouth. B, f, p, r w and w, exercises and uses the lips. D, l, y, z, exercises the tongue, exercises the chest and throat, and j, exercises the tongue and chest. Children need to be able to isolate the initial phoneme from the rest of the word before progressing on to reading and spelling. In order to do this, children need to have a wealth of experience with alliteration through hearing words that begin with the same sound. Rhythm matches the syllables in the words. Clapping out the syllables in words supports the ability to spell. This is because the clapping of syllables chunks words into their smaller sound segments. And lastly, through the knowledge of rhyming, children record spelling and remember chunks of sounds so that every letter in a word does not need to be sounded out when reading and spelling. I hope you have found this useful. I will be back again live next Thursday to answer any questions you had today and explain what phonics is all about within Phase 2 and the last aspect in Phase 1, Aspect 7, oral blending and segmenting. Bye-bye.